So today we're working on a Lexus RX350. It's a different one than the previous video. And it's here for a power steering leak. Customer was told the power steering pump is leaking. So there is a bit of oil leaking from the power steering pump. Looks like the front seal on the power steering pump, so I've got a new pump to put on there. But I happen to notice a little bit of oil around the CV boot here on the passenger or on the driver's side front wheel, and there's fluid leaking here, and it's pink, so it's or reddish pink, so it's probably a tranny cooler line. So I'll have to take some shields down here and have a look. That's leaking worse than the power steering fluid leak, that's for sure. Anyways, we'll get some covers off and have a look. So I've got a couple of plastic shields out of the way, and it appears to be the transmission oil cooler line that's leaking, and it appears to be leaking right from that clamp there. So I'm suspicious that that clamp might be broken. Sometimes these spring clamps will just rust and then out of fatigue just break one day. But that's all it looks like, and it's been leaking fairly good. You can see there's oil been running back and blowing on the left front wheel, as well as all the way down the underside of the vehicle. Alright, not too bad. So I removed this supported the subframe, took out the main bolt that holds the corner of the subframe, so I get at it. When I took this off, this aluminum cooler looks like it's oxidized. As you can see, the fitting is oxidized. After the fitting here, it's okay. So what I'm going to do is put a longer piece of hose on here and crimp it down here. But I'm sure that if I clean this crimp up, or this oxidized aluminum, I'll find a pinhole in the aluminum trans cooler. So we'll put a new piece of hose, a couple of hose clamps, and then top up the tranny fluid. So I'll put a new piece of transmission oil cooler line on there, and I've got it past the initial rib. There was a pinhole in the pipe, and the pinhole's in here now on the inside of this secondary rib that stops the pipe from going, or the hose from going on too far. The rest of the cooler looks fine, so I'm sure it'll be fine. And I used a transmission oil cooler hose, 3/8 inch, 400 psi, so it should be good.